I now call upon Mr. Mark Wilson, Group Chief Executive Officer of Aviva.
Mr. President, Secretary General, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it certainly is an honour and a privilege to be here and set out the role of business in achieving the global goals. I've spent much of my career in emerging and developing economies, and I've sometimes seen the unacceptable face of capitalism. But I've also seen that business and capitalism has been one of the great forces of liberation in history. I'm crystal clear why I'm in business. I'm in business to positively impact the lives of customers and society. Making a profit is a byproduct, albeit a very important one, that allows my business to also remain sustainable. In my company, Aviva, one of our core values is to create legacy, or as I call it, being a good ancestor. Aviva has been in business since 1696 because our ancestors made good long-term decisions. We do the same thing today for our 34 million customers and for the over 500 billion of assets we manage for them. The Sustainable Development Goals are a unique opportunity to create a global legacy. Now, I was born in New Zealand, and I now live in the United Kingdom, which is also a sporting nation. And to deliver the goals and win, just like sport, we have to play as one team. This is far too big for governments or NGOs or business or finance or regulators on their own. We've got to mobilize a global coalition, the likes of which the world has never seen. Nothing less than team humanity. Aviva is a founding partner of Project Everyone, and it's done a stellar job in planning to get the message about the goals to everyone on the planet. Now, our duty now is to transform that message into action. The UN Global Compact, an excellent organization, has helped companies implement the MDGs, and the work is even more important for the SDGs. So the question is, how do we align business and the goals together? The goals certainly have some fine aspirations for the 150 billion or so of overseas development assistance. But we have to do much, much more to mobilize the 300 trillion of capital in the financial markets. And to return to my sporting metaphor, we're currently trying to illuminate a stadium with a candle when there's a huge set of floodlights towering above the grandstand. All we need to do is turn on that $300 trillion switch, and I believe the glow will enlighten the world. Today I have one very simple ask. I would, Mr. President, respectfully suggest that the UN General Assembly targets 2017 to agree a resolution on sustainable finance. This resolution would set out the UN's own roadmap for sustainable capital markets, which to date simply does not exist. I suggest we convene the best minds in the UN and around the world and in finance to work out exactly how to do this. You know, the UN talks rightly of a duty to look after future generations. And Your Excellencies, our legacy will be determined by our success aligning the actions of the UN, its member states, civil society, business, and indeed finance globally. If we can do that, ladies and gentlemen, we will play as one team, and then I can assure you we will win with the global goals. I thank you.
Thank you very much. You see the business people? They are brief and to the point. I thank the businessman, Mr. Wilson of Aviva.